The GCSE multiple choice paper, some technique points. From now until Christmas, you're going to be given one multiple choice paper per week. The purpose of doing this is to allow you to get used to doing lots of past papers and to familiarise yourself with the style of questions that you get asked. What we'd like you to do is to do the paper, first of all, really without using your books, just your brain, and see how much you can do. Then circle the questions that you couldn't do and come back to them using your books to try and work out the answers. Obviously, you may encounter some questions that we haven't actually studied yet. Don't spend more than 5 minutes trying to work it out if we haven't studied it in class yet. The most important thing to remember is that downloading the mark scheme from Extreme Papers will obviously allow you to get 40 out of 40, but it's not actually going to help you in the long run because it won't enable either you or us to understand which questions you can't do. So, some strategies. First of all, as you do more and more question areas, you'll find that there are key topic areas that keep coming up. So, for example, in biology, one of the questions that I've seen repeatedly in most multiple choice papers is something like this one, about the classifications and the key characteristics of mammals, amphibians, reptiles, etc. So you just need to learn them. As you do more papers, you will come across more classic questions. Start keeping a note of them and making sure that you're comfortable with answering them. We'll go through more and more as time goes on. Strategy 2. Answer the question before you look at the possible answers. So in this question, it's asking us it's showing us an area of the digestive system. So the first thing to do is to label the parts. So P is the stomach, Q is the pancreas, S is the small intestine, and R is the large intestine. Once you've labelled the parts, have a look at the question and then find the correct answer. So which labelled parts are the small intestine and the pancreas? So the small intestine is P, the pancreas is Q, and now find the correct answer. So we're looking for P and Q, so it's A. That may seem laborious, but it's actually often quicker than trying to look at the letters without any words attached to them and making sure that you are answering, you're not then making any silly mistakes. Strategy 3 that we're going to look at today is the process of elimination. Often you can answer a question without actually knowing for certain what the correct answer is, just by eliminating the answers that you know for sure are wrong. So let's take a look at this question. So we've got a diagram showing the section through the front of the eye. Now we know just by looking at this that W, this region here, is definitely not a muscle. So we can look at this table and we can say, where are muscles found? Well, we know that C cannot be right because W is not a muscle, and D cannot be right because W isn't a muscle. Now I look at the rest of it, I think that X might be a muscle and Y might be a muscle, but I can't completely remember. But I'm certain that Z isn't a muscle because Z is the lens. And so then I go, well, I know that Z isn't a muscle, so B must be incorrect, making A the answer. Therefore, although we didn't actually know the correct answer, we knew what wasn't correct, and from that we were able to work out the correct answer. As you do more questions, you will develop your own strategies and find out your own favourite ways of doing things, which is the purpose of these exercises. But most importantly, make sure you read the question thoroughly and read all the options carefully.